Hi, y'all. This is Mrs. McGrain, and it's Friday. I'm so sorry that I am not here with you, but I do miss you absolutely terribly. So, we're going to go ahead and start the day. I'm sure you're going to be very respectful to our sub, and I just want to say, whoever is subbing for my classes, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to be doing today. So, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to write down the question of the day. So, here's our question of the day. If you could please write this in your notebook, and it says, what gives an object its mass? And I believe the date today is 9/17. So, we'll go ahead and write in our notebook, please, 9/17, and then go ahead and add this in your notebook. What gives an object its mass? So at this point, if you could please pause the video and give my students maybe like 2 minutes to go ahead and write this down, and then give them about another minute to go ahead and share out with their partners. Now, remember, everybody, you can go ahead and use your notes to help you with this. Okay. I'm assuming that you went and you shared out and that you have information from your notes. So, what gives an object its mass? Hopefully, you had a nice discussion and you shared out and you wrote down some ideas. Remember, an object has mass because it has matter. So, let's go ahead and write that down. An object has mass because, and in the future, I'm going to go ahead and write the word because as in B/C as a little shorthand for myself. An object has mass because it has matter. Remember, a matter is all about the atoms. It's made up of atoms. And the mass is a measurement of the amount or the number of atoms in an object. So I know that's kind of messy. My handwriting is atrocious. It always is. But that's basically the idea of what gives an object's mass. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to go ahead and transition, and we're going to be doing a lab back in the lab area. There's going to be 7 stations, and you're going to have about 8 to 10 minutes per station. So my sub, if you wouldn't mind, please getting out your phone, and you're going to go ahead and set a timer so that each person we can move from station to station about 8 to 10 minutes probably per station, which means we're not going to be finished in one class period, and that's fine. We'll go ahead and finish up when we see each other again on Monday. Let's go ahead and look at what it is that we're going to do on our lab. If everybody please could go to their table of contents. I'm going to go to my table of contents. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in what we're doing. So we are going to be on the date of 9/17. And we're going to do a matter measurement lab. Okay, we're not going to worry about a due date on this right now. Let's go ahead and see what page that we're on in our packet. So make sure that you have your packet. And if I look, it looks like we are going to be on page 14. So I'm going to write down that we are on page 14 today. That's where we are going to be. So once you have that written down, please go to page 14 in your lab. So if we go to page 14 in our lab, oops, sorry, that's the 14th. If I go to page 14 in my lab, where is my lab? Oh, there it is. So let's go ahead and look at that. I've got my matter measurement lab. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pull this lab up so that I can actually kind of go through it with you, and we can kind of talk about it as we go through it. I think that this is just a little bit better for me to look at. So notice that there's a caution symbol up here at the corner, right in this general area. I want you to be aware of that, please. That there are going to be things in here you have to be careful with, and you have to be careful for yourself because there's going to be glass on the table. We don't want to have any monkeying around, no horseplay. And then also be careful of the materials. We are going to be having electronic balances on the lab areas. You don't want to push down on the electronic balance because you can break them. And they're about $260 a piece. So please be very careful with our electronic balances. So let's go ahead and look at the intro. In science, matter is defined as anything that has mass and takes up shape. Matter can therefore be weighed and measured, and then the numbers can be analyzed and compared for the sake of evidence research. So it's all about learning more about the world that we live in, and we're going to be focusing on for the next couple of days, really learning about what this matter is all about and how matter can be measured. Measurement of matter fall under the category of quantitative, measured or calculated data. So quantitative means with numbers, right? We're not going to do qualitative data gathering. We're going to do quantitative with numbers. Okay, so then you're going to work through each station. If you start at station 1, please make sure when you get over there, you're going to first stop and define what you think mass is. So work as a group, please, okay? It's very important that you know we are going on a journey. We are not going to go ahead and let anybody get left behind on our journey path. We are a team in the group that you're at. When you first get to your group, your table, note that there will be a card on your table. I'm going to tape that down. Read the directions on the card. The card is going to help you be successful at your table, at your lab station. All right, so you're going to follow the instructions at your lab table to find, in this case, the mass of objects and fill in the table below. It's asking you to do certain things. Number 1, right? You're going to look at it, show your thinking. Notice you have extra space in the table to show your work. Include drawings. I want to really visualize your thinking. Okay, that's what I want you to be focusing on. So you're going to work through step by step. Let's say that you need help. When you come to the lab table, you should have your packet, a pencil, a positive attitude, and your Chromebook. Because if you need help, if you click on this is a link, control click, it will bring you right to a video that will help you and your partners walk through the process of how to do this. So if you ever get stuck, look for those videos that Mrs. McGrain has added to the document. Now, how do you get there? Well, if we look at Canvas, on Canvas, I have posted this matter and measurement lab right here. You can click on it. It'll open up as an electronic document, and then you can look at all the links like I have just opened for you. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. All right, so then you're going to be going from station to station to station, about 8 to 10 minutes. The substitute will go ahead and say, okay, everybody, you've got 1 minute left, wrap things up. If you don't finish, it is okay. At the very end, if anybody needs to go back to the lab stations, we can go ahead and switch off. Now, there might be some lab stations where you have more time than you need. I want you to be working, please, on your packet. I want you to be working on your vocabulary. So with your partners, think to yourself, is there any vocabulary on our list that we could go ahead and start defining? I want you to be working on your study guide. Okay, the study guide is behind the vocabulary. Is there anything that your partners at your lab table can work through on that? Do you feel like this would be a good opportunity to go back and check your mind map with energy? That might be something good also. So there's no reason for you to be horseplaying or wasting your time in my lab class. There are plenty of things for you to do. Please make sure that you are respectful of the materials. And again, if you need help, reach out to those videos first and then go ahead and ask for help. Rely on your group members. Remember, we are all moving through together. I can't wait to see you again. I am so looking forward to when we get to go ahead and spend time together on Monday. And I hope you have a very lovely weekend.